WOODSONGS Kids is funded in part by the Kentucky Department of Tourism. Information about the lakes, mountains, parks, sports, music, art festivals, and more is available online at kentuckytourism.com. By the Martin Guitar Company, building handcrafted guitars for professionals and front porch pickers since 1833. Online at martinguitars.com. And by the Deering Banjo Company, making American-made handcrafted banjos. Their full catalog of banjos is online at deeringbanjos.com.
WOODSONGS Kids, celebrating the music of America's front porch from the Lyric Theater in Lexington, Kentucky.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my name's Michaela Rain Jonathan. Welcome to WOODSONGS Kids. Here's my daddy, folk singer Michael Jonathan.
Thank you, Michaela. We've done so many of these shows together, me and you. You ready to sing our opening song? Sitting on a creaky old rocking chair. Say it's gonna rain, we don't care. Dancing with you all afternoon on the front porch with me.
Listen to the rhythm of the summer rain, tapping on the temple on my window pane. Nothing like summer on the front porch swing, making my banjo ring.
I'm playing my banjo on the rocking chair.
You can play or fiddle in your underwear,
Just as pretty as a rainbow in your hair. On the front porch with me. Oh, when you're on the front porch.
with me.
Yay, Michaela, thank you, honey. You do so good, and we're so proud that everybody would tune into our broadcast. This is a show called WOODSONGS Kids. We're celebrating the music of America's front porch with some of the most amazing young musicians that you have ever seen. And the purpose of our show is to encourage you, the audience, to pick up an instrument and play. You know, one of the greatest stages in the world is your front porch. It doesn't have to be in big theaters or arenas. It could be your family. The brightest spotlight in the world shines on your living room couch. And WOODSONGS Kids is here to encourage everybody to enjoy that. And how do we do that? Well, we're going to first dip into something called the banjo. It's an amazing instrument. It's a lot of fun. A lot of kids are starting to play it. And here's a young man from Louisville, Kentucky. He's 16 years old. He's an incredible banjo player. He's going to do a Fats Waller song called The Jitterbug Waltz. Please welcome Branck McCarten to the WOODSONGS Kids. Brannock MCCARTON, 16 years old, a wonderful banjo player from Louisville, Kentucky. Brannock, it's nice to have you here. We've known you for a while.
Yeah, thanks for having me back.
Right now, you're not a short fella. You're for the radio audience. I want the TV can see, but you're a tall fella. You're how tall are you?
I'm 6'4".
6'4", and you're really 16?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So now, when you picked up the banjo, how old were you when you first started playing the banjo?
I started when I was 7 years old.
7 years old. So again, more than half your life. Now, at 7 years old, the banjo was almost as tall as you were.
Yeah, it was a stretch to reach all the way up.
Right. So what made you want to play the banjo? That was at 7 years old. That's not an easy instrument to start playing.
I don't really remember what exactly it was, but I'm told by my parents that I said I wanted to make my fingers go really fast.
Well, you do that on the banjo, right? Now, one of the banjo players that has affected the way a lot of folks approach the instrument is a guy named John Hartford. John Hartford's not with us anymore, but he really influenced a lot of banjo players. Is that true for you?
Yes.
And you're going to do a John Hartford song. It's called No End of Love. He's 16 years old from Louisville. Brannock MCCARTON, this week's WOODSONGS Kid.
I'd like to go where you go and see the things you see. I'd like to hear the sounds you hear and breathe the air you breathe, and hurt for you in times of pain, and smile when things are right again, and love you like there was no end of love, no end of love. With you I'd like to do the things that I had done before, that have a different meaning now, that wasn't there before. As if I started out anew, just when I stumbled onto you. For now my dreams divide into, for you, no end of love. I'd like to sing the songs you sing and play the games you play. I'd like to walk the road you walk, let you lead the way. I'd like to get the notes you send and keep you dry from summer's rain, and love you like there was no end of love, no end of love. With you I'd like to do the things that I had done before, have a different meaning now that wasn't there before. As if I started out anew, just when I stumbled onto you. For now my dreams divide into, for you, no end of love.
No End of Love is a John Hartford song in the hands of 16-year-old Brannock MCCARTON, and you're playing with some things on your right hand. Let's show the cameras what you're playing. You've got, these are metal things. Explain what they are.
Metal things. So these are finger picks, and
thumb and two fingers.
Finger picks.
And who made that a popular way to play?
A guy called Earl Skruggs.
Earl Skruggs. Yeah. And you just played the John Hartford song, kind of treating the banjo like a singer-songwriter instrument, right? Singing with it, and you did a great job. I mean, your voice was really good.
Thank you.
You're going to play a song that you actually wrote called Pick Away.
Yes.
What is this have vocals or just an instrumental?
Just an instrumental.
All right, let's listen to it. It's his song. He wrote it. Branck McCarten, 16 years old on WOODSONGS Kids. "16 years old, Branck McCarten." Kind of a dramatic way of ending that song, wasn't it? So, playing his banjo, a tune that he wrote called "Pick Away." We're so glad that these youngsters can come on our show. You know, John F. Kennedy said that kids are a living message to a time that we may not see, so we should protect them. And so that's kind of the idea of WOODSONGS Kids, to protect the music and the skills and the talent, most of all the passion of these young kids. You notice they're not buried in their cell phones and stuff. They've got instruments, and they're learning things and sounds, and they're in a community of playing with other kids. We've got another 16-year-old that is a champion fiddle player, so we're going to explore the fiddle a little bit. He's going to do a great old-timey tune called "Soppin' the Gravy." Let's welcome 16-year-old John Mopin of WOODSONGS Kids. 16-year-old John Mopin, and he's got a wonderful guitar player, a great bluegrass artist in her own right. Let's say hi to Pam Perry, your Eastern Kentucky University instructor. So, John, thank you for coming back. We've known you for quite a while as well.
Yeah.
You were starting playing your fiddle. You were like, what, 5 years old when you started?
It was 4.5, I think.
4.5, excuse me, I got that half wrong. So what is it about the fiddle? When you're 4.5 and you're playing the fiddle, it must be an incredibly screechy, scratchy sound.
Oh yeah, it was horrible. It literally sounded like a cat screeching.
So what was it about the fiddle that made you want to keep on going? Didn't it hurt your ears when you were trying to play it?
Well, I don't think it really hurt my ears, but I think it hurt everybody around me a little bit. But I love how the fiddle has so much drive and I guess power behind it. I went to a bluegrass concert when I was, I don't know, probably about 2 or 3. I heard fiddle, and that's what really, set up that passion for me, I guess you could say.
Kind of ignited the fire on
Yeah,
it, didn't it?
exactly.
Now, you are going to brag on you a little bit. You are a Bluegrass Instrumentalist of the Year for the North American Country Music Association. You're a big winner.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Big prize winner there.
Well, thank you.
And there's a lot of fiddle players coming to the front now, like Michael Cleveland. Is he a big instrument?
Absolutely. I love Michael Cleveland, Mark O'Connor, Deanie Richardson. That's just to name a few.
Let's get back into some music. You're going to play a very, very popular fiddle tune. Just you and Pam Perry playing it there. It's a great tune called Orange Blossom Special on his fiddle. John Mopin, 16 years old, on WOODSONGS Kids. John Mopin, 16 years old on his fiddle. That's a rockin' tune. You play it so well. How hard is that to learn?
It was hard to learn. I learned it a few years ago, but now it's honestly kind of second nature because people always want to hear that song. It's like the number one fiddle song.
You look so happy while you're playing.
Oh, it's so much fun to play. It's probably my favorite song to play, honestly.
Well, you're standing next to a wonderful guitar player, Pam Perry, and Pam, I want to ask you a question. It's such a wonderful thing and also a rare thing to see a 16-year-old with the skill set and talent of John, right?
I agree, yes.
It's wonderful to celebrate them, right?
It is, yeah.
Let's get back into your music. This is a tune called I Don't Love Nobody. It's him and his fiddle, 16 years old, John Mopin on WOODSONGS Kids. playing.
Thank you.
I Don't Love Nobody is the name of the song. John Mopin, 16 years old, playing on that fiddle. And, let's talk about learning how to play the fiddle. The fiddle, the fingering, is very close to what someone would play a mandolin on, right?
It's actually exactly the same, yeah. So the mandolin is fingered the exact way the fiddle will be.
When you're learning to bow the fiddle, I mean, you're trying to hit just one string at a time, right? Usually, right?
Right.
Unless you're trying to chord two strings. But mostly you're trying to just attack the one string. Is that a hard thing to figure out how to do? How long did it take you to figure out how to hit the one string?
That was the hardest part of learning fiddle for me, to be honest, was just, getting each string, the contact point with my bow, exactly where it needed to be, because it's really easy to cross over, other strings. And
Does sitting with other fiddle players, is that a big help? When you go to a song circle or a campground someplace where there's other musicians? I mean, playing with other musicians is a big part of learning, right?
Right, yeah. Well, I'm a visual learner, so if I watch somebody play and then do it myself, that's the biggest help for me.
Well, we're going to do something a little fun right now. We're going to invite some of our other kids up here, Branck McCarten. They're going to do a great, great old tune called Old Joe's Clark. It is John Mopin and Friends. WOODSONGS Kids. John Mopin and Friends, and wasn't it wonderful to hear kids get together for the first time and play so well? It's an amazing thing when you get to see this, and it's a wonderful thing that we enjoy very much on our show. Bill Monroe said something that I think we need to all take to heart. He said, bluegrass music, and I think it's true of any acoustic music, really. He said, bluegrass music has made more friends than any other kind of music in the world. And I think that's really the whole point of America's Front Porch, is to bring people together with their guitars and their banjos and their mandolins, relax from the things going on in the world around you, and just enjoy each other's company musically. It's one of the most beautiful languages ever. And Michaela, we want to say thank you to everybody, right, for coming and listening to our show.
Thank you for watching our show. We'll be back next week for more WOODSONGS Kids.
Closed captioning provided by visitlex.com. WOODSONGS Kids is funded in part by the Kentucky Department of Tourism. Information about the lakes, mountains, parks, sports, music, art festivals, and more is available online at kentuckytourism.com. By the McCarten Guitar Company, building handcrafted guitars for professionals and front porch pickers since 1833. Online at mccartenguitars.com. And by the Deering Banjo Company, making American-made handcrafted banjos. Their full catalog of banjos is online at deeringbanjos.com.